So the number one thing on our list is the invisible threat that you never know about until it's too late. Carbon monoxide is often called the silent killer for a reason, because you can't see it, you can't smell it, and by the time you realize it's there, it could be too late. And most homeowners assume that as long as their gas appliances like their fireplace and their water heaters or boilers are running, that they're safe. But here's what they don't realize, and it's just how easy it is for the flues to become blocked or damaged, setting dangerous gases into your home. A malfunctioning flue is one of the leading causes of carbon monoxide poisoning, which results in over 400 deaths and 50,000 emergency room visits every single year in the US. And here's what most people don't know. Birds love nesting in flues. I've seen it before. They block the vent, carbon monoxide has nowhere to go, and then it just comes right back into your house. Rust and corrosion weaken flue pipes over time. Small holes in a flue pipe allow CO to seep into the living spaces. And then backdrafting can send dangerous gases inside your home. If your house is too airtight or another appliance like the exhaust fan is pulling air, your flue may not vent properly. So here are a few quick ways to check and prevent the hazard. Number one is locate your gas appliance flues. Find the flue pipe on the fireplace, from the boiler, or from the water heater. These are the pathways where combustion gases escape. Number two, you got to check for blockages. If you see any debris, nesting materials, or dust collecting around the vent, that's a red flag and you got to take care of it. Number three, look for rust or discoloration. So staining around the connection point of the flue pipe means gases might be leaking into your home. Four, and this one's so important, make sure that you have a working carbon monoxide detector. Install one near bedrooms and gas appliances. And number five, schedule an annual professional inspection. This is going to save you, I promise. A chimney sweep or an HVAC pro can check for hidden cracks and ensure that proper ventilation is in place. And look, you've heard the stories, you've heard the disasters behind it. A carbon monoxide leak doesn't come with a warning. It's silent and it's instant and it can be deadly. Even just a little bit of carbon monoxide exposure can cause fatigue and things like headaches and dizziness, and lead homeowners to live with symptoms for months without realizing the danger. So just take 5 minutes to inspect your flue today, because it can literally save your life. Now, next up on the list is definitely something that most homeowners don't even think about until it starts tasting bad or has a weird smell. But here's what you might not realize about your water quality. Hard water is slowly destroying your plumbing and your appliances. You get mineral buildup and it reduces the pressure, it's going to clog pipes, and it shortens the lifespan of the water heater, dishwasher, and the washing machine. So when you have contaminants in water, it can damage the fixtures and it's going to lead to health concerns as well. And you don't want that, right? If you have high chlorine or high iron levels, your water could be corroding metal fixtures in your property. And then you're going to get sediment buildup in the water heater and it's going to reduce the efficiency. And then it's working harder when there's mineral buildup inside. That's going to lead to higher energy bills. And if you're like me, you're always looking for ways to reduce your energy bills, not pay more. And I'm telling you, this is a super quick 5-step process to test and improve the water quality in your home. The first thing you do is buy a DIY water testing kit. So you can get it on Amazon, and some cities actually offer it for free. Number two, just look for common signs of hard water. So white chalky residue on faucets and shower heads, when you see water spots on dishes even after drying, and this one stinks and happens a lot, and it's dry skin and hair after showering. Number three, if all these are an issue, install a whole house water softener if needed. These systems actually remove calcium and magnesium that cause buildup in the pipes. Number four, you have to clean and maintain the water heater. Drain and flush it every 6 to 12 months to remove sediment that can damage the heating element. And here's a quick little bonus tip. Soak your shower heads in vinegar overnight to dissolve any kind of mineral buildup and restore full water pressure. And again, this is one of those things, right? Just most people don't realize that hard water can cut the lifespan of their water heater by 50%, meaning that you're replacing a $1,500 system sooner than you should have. And believe me, I've done this. I've been a homeowner for a decade and I don't pay attention to these things. But after working in the real estate business for so long and understanding what actually helps save on your monthly and yearly costs, this is very important. And look, if you want to avoid expensive home repairs and keep your house in top shape year round, grab my free ultimate yearly homeowner inspection checklist below. All you got to do, click the link in the description to download it now. Now, moving on, is the hidden danger inside your walls. We all know we're supposed to clean the lint trap in the dryer, but what about the vent that actually leads outside? Over time, lint builds up in the vent pipe and turns it into a fire hazard. Here is a fun fact for you. The Consumer Product Safety Commission estimates that dryer-related fires cause 15,000 plus home fires every single year. But here is what nobody is talking about. Even if your dryer isn't catching fire, a clogged vent is still costing you big money. Clogged vents force your dryer to work harder, and that's going to lead to higher electricity bills and a shorter appliance lifespan. If your clothes take more than one cycle to dry, you're not just wasting time, you're wasting hundreds of dollars and energy over the span of a year. Here's what you have to do to fix it and what to look for. Most people think that just pulling the lint out of the trap is enough, but I'm telling you, it's not. Here is how you can actually fix this. Pull your dryer out from the wall and check the vent tube. That's the number one thing you can do. If it's crushed or if it's bent, airflow is going to be restricted. And then replace it with a rigid metal vent pipe. Do not use one of those cheap plastic and foil ones. I'm telling you, they are a fire hazard and they suck. Look at the exterior vent next. If you see lint build up, your system is clogged. And then jump on Amazon or wherever you want to go, Home Depot or Lowe's, get one of those dryer cleaning vents. They're like 20 or 30 bucks and do a deep clean inside the vent. A neglected dryer vent is going to increase your energy bill. It could be 30, 40, 50 bucks a month. And it's going to, again, reduce the dryer's lifespan by like 5 years, which means you're just burning money every single time you do laundry. And if your clogged dryer vent can cost you hundreds in wasted energy and repairs, imagine what's happening to the outside of your home, where it's exposed to the elements 24/7. Most homeowners don't realize just how much hidden damage is adding up every single day until it's too late. Your home's exterior is constantly under attack. It's from rain and from wind and sun and temperature changes and all that good stuff. Just wearing it down every single day. But here's what most homeowners don't realize. Small issues on the outside don't stay outside. A tiny crack or like a missing shingle or deteriorating caulk might seem harmless until it lets water, pests, and cold air into your home. And once water gets inside, dude, it is such a freaking nightmare. And I've dealt with this so much and it's so annoying. It seeps into the drywall, the insulation, the framing, causing mold, wood rot, structural damage, and just more money out of your pocket every single year. And then on top of that, you're dealing with a pest infestation as well, right? So small rodents, I get mice in my basement all the time, and I feel like I blocked everything, but you're dealing with mice and ants and potentially even termites, and it's a nightmare. By the time you actually see the water stains and the peeling paint or notice drafts, the damage is already done. This is how you're gonna do a professional level inspection in just 10 to 15 minutes. The first thing, walk the perimeter of your home every 3 or 4 months. You gotta look for cracks in the siding, the brick or the stucco, whatever you have. If you see gaps, moisture could be getting in. Then just check for peeling or bubbling paint. This usually means water is trapped underneath. And then inspect the foundation for hairline cracks because these small cracks are going to expand over time, leading to structural issues. Next up, check all the doors and the windows for air leaks. This is simple, just run your fingers along the edge. If you feel cold air or notice condensation, it's time to reseal. Then do the hose test on your windows and doors. Get your hose, spray water at different angles, and watch for leaks. If you see moisture inside, reseal that thing immediately. And here's like one that I highly suggest everyone do because no one really does it. After storms, inspect the roof from the ground. Look for missing, curled, or cracked shingles because these are signs that the roof is vulnerable. Then check the gutters and downspouts. Make sure that they're clear because if they're clogged, water is going to be just draining down instead of out. If you do this inspection a few times a year, you're going to prevent tens of thousands of dollars in damage. So far, we've covered some major pitfalls. So neglected flues, poor water quality, clogged dryer vents, and hidden exterior damage. But there are some other subtle mistakes hiding in plain sight. And this is a mistake that I see all of the time, and I've done it myself. Your mulch could be directing water right into your home. Most people spread mulch around their home for curb appeal. I do it every single year. But if it's not graded correctly, it's doing more harm than good. And here's what happens. If mulch slopes towards your home, rainwater follows that slope and pools near your foundation. And over time, that moisture, it seeps into the soil and creates hydrostatic pressure. And that's going to force water into the basement walls or your crawl space, or even start to crack the foundation. And then when you have repeated exposure year over year over year, it's going to weaken the concrete over time, leading to foundation cracks, basement leaks, and in some extreme cases, structural shifting. And another really crappy part about this is you're inviting pests, the termites, the carpenter ants, and other wood-destroying insects that thrive in moist environments. And this is most homeowners, they don't realize foundation issues often begin with poor drainage. It's like 90% of foundation issues can link back to poor drainage and grading that is not done properly. The number one thing you need to do, always slope mulch and soil away from your foundation. The ground should be about 6 inches over a 10-foot span to ensure proper drainage. And then don't just pile mulch directly against the siding. That doesn't work. Keep it at least 6 inches away from the house, because when mulch touches the siding, it traps moisture, causes rot, mold, and even pests. And while drainage issues can quietly wreak havoc on your home's foundation, there's another hidden culprit inside your house, silently draining your energy bills every single month. Most water heaters are set too high or too low. And a lot of homeowners, they do not think twice about their water heater. It runs in the background, just doing its job, right? But here's what they don't realize. A small hidden setting could be silently driving up energy costs and even putting your family at risk. Here's the problem. Most water heaters are set to 140 degrees Fahrenheit by default, which is crazy. It's so high. This wastes energy and increases the scalding risk. And then on the opposite side, it's set too low, under 120 degrees Fahrenheit. You risk bacterial growth, and you don't want to deal with getting sick from your water heater. So do yourself a favor, check your water heater's temperature. Many don't even have a clear dial. Use a thermostat under the hottest tap water to check it. But if you do have a clear dial, just go down to the water heater and lower it to 120 degrees. It's going to save you about 10% on your energy bills while keeping water safe. And if you have a long pipe run, consider a recirculation pump. It keeps hot water instantly available, and it's going to be reducing waste. This is one of the easiest, fastest home fixes that instantly lowers your utility bill without sacrificing your comfort. And only takes 2 minutes to check too, and you'll see the savings on your next bill. But your water heater isn't the only appliance quietly draining your wallet. There's another set, a full set of household essentials that most homeowners forget about until they break down and you have to replace them. Here's what you don't know. Your appliances are working harder than they need to. The average homeowner spends thousands of dollars replacing appliances that could have lasted years with basic maintenance. Let's start with the refrigerator. The refrigerator coils, they get clogged with dust, forcing the compressor to overwork. And this can increase energy use by up to 25% and shorten its lifespan. Then you have your washing machine hose. It cracks over time. A single hose failure can dump thousands of gallons of water in your home, leading to expensive flood damage. Next up, you have the dishwasher, and it collects grease and scum and food debris, you know, right? It reduces the cleaning power, and it leads to clogged spray arms and pump failures. And lastly, you have the ovens and the stovetops. The buildup of grease and food everywhere, it leads to uneven heating and inefficient cooking, and even potentially fire hazards. So vacuum the refrigerator coils every 6 months. Inspect the washing machine hoses regularly, I would say every year or so. And if they're more than 5 years old or show any cracks, replace them. With the dishwasher, run a cleaning cycle monthly. Use white vinegar or dishwasher cleaner tablets to break down the grease and remove buildup. And every few months, do a deep clean on your oven and your stovetop. Here's the deal. These small fixes are going to save you thousands of dollars and even prevent potential disasters. The goal here, right? The goal for this channel is to empower you to make smarter decisions with your home because it's your biggest asset. So again, make sure you grab my free ultimate yearly homeowner inspection checklist by clicking the link in the description below.